I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening and welcome to the dedication of the new Brennan Middle School. On behalf of the entire Brennan community, I welcome you to the official dedication. This is a night of great celebration. We present our program here with great pride. We pride ourselves on our academics, arts, and athletics. Brennan Middle School is visionary in its goals and realistic in its objectives. We know that public support is vital to our success. Therefore, as we commence into the 21st century, we invite the attention, interest, and support of all the citizens of Attleboro for its continued betterment. It is indeed my great privilege tonight to present the Honorable Mayor of the City of Attleboro, Judy Robbins.
It's really a great pleasure for me to be here this evening and join in the dedication of this absolutely beautiful school. I missed the dedication of the twin sister to this school, Wamsutta, because I wasn't back yet, and I'm just so pleased to be able to be here for this one. Brennan has a very special place in my heart because my children went to the old Brennan, and in fact my husband's sister went to high school in the old high school. And I remember meeting with Dr. Rappel when he first told us that what we needed in Attleboro was not some more elementary schools, but 2 new middle schools. You can imagine what kind of news that is for a mayor here, for someone to suddenly tell you that you need 2 beautiful big middle schools and that you need them yesterday. Well, we managed to add on to elementary schools and to build these middle schools, and I think the people of Attleboro should be very, very proud of themselves for what they have done. And in fact, I really want to speak for 1 minute to the young people to say that your parents and your aunts and uncles and your grandparents and a lot of people that you have never met have paid for these wonderful schools. Now, you were at the old Brennan, or you see brothers and sisters at the old Brennan, and you know how long that building lasted. This building will be used that long. I'm sure some of your children and grandchildren will go to school here. So I ask you please to love this school, to take care of this school. We have work very hard to provide for you the very, very best education we can, and we know that you will live up to our fondest expectations for every one of you. Thank you.
Our next speaker is the Honorable John Lepper, State Representative from Attleboro.
Thank you very much. It's truly a day to rejoice in the opening of the new Brennan. I remember the old Brennan with fond regard, having gone to high school there. I should mention my father went to high school there as well, so you can see it lasted a good long time. I hope that this school has as great longevity as that one did, and certainly will provide for those that went there as happy memories. There's a lot of congratulations due, and I'm sure many of the people will be congratulated many times, but for the school department, we want to especially give congratulations for the work that was done by Dr. Rapper and Dr. Levering and the school committee under the direction of Fritz Gorst and Diane Mangiarotti, the building commission under the direction of Jack Jacoby and Victor Manlove. Certainly the clerk of the works, Don DePato, needs to be given a special thanks for the hard work that he put in. Mayor Robbins is here, and her work on this project was tremendous, and so was that of the former Mayor Kate Shang. I want to also mention the fact that my predecessor, Steve Carroll, was instrumental in receiving both from the state a substantial amount of support for this project. Norma Collins needs to be looked at and remembered that given support and congratulations for her work as the secretary to the building commission. The municipal council should also be singled out, having been led during these years by Ben Keene and Carolyn Savino and John Parker at various times. I think that certainly the citizens of Attleboro who are part paying the bill, and the citizens of the Commonwealth who are reimbursing us 74% for this wonderful building need to be thought of today. Certainly at budget time, it's important to be remembering the school building assistance program, which provides 74% reimbursement, and it's constantly being taxed because of the tremendous need in the Commonwealth. On May 26, 1992, the Municipal Council voted a $31 million bond bill to build 2 middle schools. These 2 middle schools were actually built for the price of one. It was bad economic times back in 91 and 92, but still the citizens of Attleboro had no problem in telling this municipal council that this was something that they wanted to go forward with. And indeed we did get a bargain because we were able to build 2 schools for the price of one. I want to convey my very best wishes to Principal Francis Leary and to Assistant Principal Carol Martin, to the teachers that will teach here, and to the 700 students who will learn and experience, I'm sure, in a very joyful way, this very new building with its arts, state-of-the-art school with its cafeteria, its research center, and its 42 new classrooms. Thank you very much, and thanks.
Our next speaker is the Honorable Cheryl Jakes, State Senator for this district.
Thank you all very much. It's really a privilege for me to join with you in dedicating this beautiful building in this place that we know will serve and fill the dreams and imagination of so many of the students who enter it. You know, when you're growing up, and I say this to the kids, your parents keep saying how quickly these years pass and how important they are. Last night I went to the retirement party for my 3rd grade teacher, and boy did that hit home. And I look out at all of you, and I guess I want to say the same thing you'll hear lots of times. These are important years. Look around and remember to say thank you. Thank you to your community that has its priorities straight, that puts you in education first. Look around to your local officials who make sure that happens, your educators, your superintendent, and most of all your parents who are very supportive of that agenda and pay the taxes to accomplish this kind of an end result. You really have a lot to thank them all for. And I'd like to leave you for your beautiful new school to hang on the wall somewhere. It's an official Senate citation that reads, "Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to the people and children of Attleboro in recognition of the joyous occasion of the grand opening of the Brennan School." Signed by your Senator Cheryl Jakes. Thank you, and I look forward to
Thank you, Cheryl, and thank you for the citation. Our next speaker is not only chairman of the building commission, but a parent of a Brennan Middle School student, John Jacoby.
Thank you. It's my great pleasure to introduce to you formally the people who made this project happen. I get to stand up here and take the credit, but in reality, it's the people whose names I'm going to read off. I'd like these people to stand up, and I'd like to get a round of applause for them at the end. The person with whom all things start and end are Building Commission staff person Norma Collins, the clerk of the works Don Pardo, the architect who took Dr. Rappa's vision and turned it into this building, Carl Franceschi, and the members of the Building Commission, Dick Audette, Walter Cronin, Brad Galata, Lynn Grafton, Helen Fung, Rich Renoni, Jackie Romanicki, Alan Semple, and Bill Ward. Thank you all for the job well done.
Our next speaker is Benton Keene, City Council President.
I'd like to recognize my colleagues that are here with us this evening. We have Carolyn Medina, Joe Robichaud, Thomas Dutson, we have Robert Schock, and Brian Reddy. Also, I'd like to introduce Mike Davis, who was instrumental when this came through. He's here this evening with us. And also, we have this evening another elected official, Ethel Sandback, the city treasurer. Here we are once again, though, gathered for another ceremony for a new school. Prior to this, there was the Studley and Willett reopenings and the opening of Long Sutter. But this has to be the most rewarding, moving from the oldest school in the city to the newest. When you walk through the doors, you sense the energy, excitement, and pride of the city of Attleboro. This school offers more to the students, such as space, new equipment, new computers. This school expresses the care and commitment the city has made to the education of our children. However, it takes more than new schools for education. It takes involvement of citizens, parents, teachers, and faculty members. And of course, it takes money. We must keep these high standards and commitment and don't accept anything less, for the children are our future. Thank you.
Our next speaker probably doesn't need an introduction, but it is my pleasure to introduce Fritz Goss, Chairman of the Attleboro School Committee.
Thank you. On behalf of the school committee, I welcome you and thank you for inviting us. As other speakers have said, this was a very difficult job and a lot of work, but the school committee's part was actually relatively simple. With Dr. Rapper and working, we knew our numbers were up and Thatcher was getting old and Brennan needed to be replaced. And I think that our work was pretty much to develop the educational program that fits inside this building. But the actual physical construction of this building and the plan was done by many, many people, and I think we should applaud the city as a whole, the citizens, the council, the mayor's office, Dr. Rapper and his staff, the building commission, for everything that was done to actually, as Mayor Robbins said, when it was first brought up that we needed 2 of these schools, and it was going to cost $30 million, I think a lot of people had a lot of sweat run down the back of their necks thinking, how are we going to pull this off? But it's 1997, 5 years later it's done, and I think we should applaud ourselves. members of the committee that are also here, Secretary Diane Mangiarotti, Jackie Romanicki, Dan Sullivan, and Juliet Texera. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of the Attleboro Public Schools, Dr. Joseph Ratz.
Thank you, Mr. Ray. It's a great night to be here, and it's really a great night when we have air conditioning. And for those of you in the faculty and the students that were here for the DARE graduation, what a difference a little air conditioning makes. This building has a lot of firsts for it. First for Cyril Brennan, because Cy Brennan really had a building named after him, but it wasn't his building. This is the real Cyril J. Brennan Middle School. It's not the former Attleboro High School. It's not the former Attleboro Vocational School. It's not where my dad and my grandfather might have gone to school. It is Mr. Brennan's own school. Fresh, new, clean. I know we will take great care of it in his memory and in his honor. And as we look at it, we'll remember the kindness of that gentleman, whether he was late or not. I can sympathize with that sometimes. I know that he's probably wherever he is today, very happy with what we're doing here and what this building means. It does, in every respect, reflect our values as much as the old Brennan School did the values of 1910 and 1920. If you look back at the old Brennan School, you see a monumental structure rising right out of the ground, standing imposing over the main street of Attleboro, saying for all, look, come, see, this is how this community values education for its youth. And in its time, and again, it's been a long time, 90 years, it served that youth and the citizenry wonderfully. But times change, and those tall pillars at the front and those very difficult stairs to maneuver, and the lack of elevators, and as I can tell you, and as Mrs. Mangiarotti often told me, the lack of bathrooms reflected different values of a different age. This building is more than a middle school. It is a community center. It is part of a campus of schools that has been dedicated by our community for not only its youth, but for its citizens. And it is, in every respect, the citizens' school. You will be, the first citizens here will be our students, served by a wonderful faculty, a great administration, staff, support staff that is the finest, and by parents and homes that are caring, nurturing, and loving. But that's only from, well, I take Mr. Leary's hours from 3:30 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon. But if I think about the times the buses arrive and leave from 8 in the morning or 7:30 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon, it is this young citizen's school. But this building has really been designed so that it will have an average daily life of 16 to 20 hours. We want this building used all the time. We want it used for research and learning, but not only by children, but by adults, and by the families that support those children learners here. And so we have two separate entrances. It's not one for boys and one for girls as it was in the old building. And that always should stay there and remind us of how things used to be. And I understand from talking to people like Mr. Lepper and others who did attend the old Attleboro High School, boys went in the boys' entrance and girls went in the girls' entrance. But this is a place where the young men and women have a wonderful entrance that is really quite inviting. As you step in, you are absorbed, as Mr. Lepper said, by the energy of the building. You are struck, I think, by the importance of that entry space. But there's also another entrance. And that entrance says to the community, we're here for you, all day, all evening, for your needs, for your recreational purposes, for your need to continue to learn and be vital citizens as we continue to grow together. So wherever you are, Cy Brennan, I hope you're really happy today to have your own building, that will be here well into the 21st century, and know that the Brennan community will remain a vital, critical, vibrant part of the city. Congratulations to you all.
I'd like to thank the members of the band for their fine 2 renditions tonight, and truly how they represent our growing music program here at the New Brennan Middle School. At this time, we're going to present the presentation of the key, John Jacoby and Dr. Joseph Ratz. Shall I choose which one I do?
Well, Dr. Ratz, normally at this point in the program, we present a large group key. We're having to use card keys. I would like to pass on you all to go home tonight. I would like to formally dedicate the new Brennan Middle School by handing you from the Building Commission to the school department the key to the school. Thank you.
Would Sheila Donahue, Celeste Conlon, Christopher Sharon, and Jessica Paveo please come on stage and join me? Although the symbolism may be lost in a smaller key, I think that this part. It is my honor and privilege as your school superintendent to pass on this symbolic key, which I think will start a rather nifty foreign card, which represents the access to this wonderful building and all that it means to all of you. Please take good care of it, cherish it.
this time, we'll have presentation from the grade 5-6 chorus, and they will be singing What a Wonderful World. of course, with a beautiful rendition of What a Wonderful World. Part of the celebration weekend here at Brennan Middle School was an essay contest that if you passed through the main foyer or lobby this evening, you saw many of them being displayed. 2 were selected to be given here this evening. Our first speaker is Hannigan, who was the grade 8 winner.
What Brennan means to me. Brennan holds much meaning for me. I am presently in the 8th grade, so I have had many memories with my friends since 5th grade. No matter how long I've graduated from the school, I'll never forget the vivid memories of the school and its people. In 5th and 6th grade, it was mostly just fun. I had Mrs. Hannigan, and to this day, I still believe she was the nicest teacher I ever had. But of course, all good things, or good people, come to an end. Mrs. Hannigan moved to St. Louis, Missouri. In 6th grade, I made my first appearance on stage. I was chosen to play a girl smoking marijuana. This play meant a huge deal to me. In 7th grade, one of my most special memories is when I performed in the talent show which occurred at the end of the year. I sang Who Will Save Your Soul by Jewel. I was extremely nervous, but the audience was really encouraging. In 8th grade, I think a good memory will be when we go to Washington, D.C. A memory I pick now, though, would have to be when I broke my legs and was out of school for 35 days. The experience itself I found horrible, but knowing I had such good friends that came to visit that I met at Brennan made it not so bad. In conclusion, Brennan really does mean a lot to me. It's the place where I met my favorite teacher, met my best friends, acted the first time, and sang for the first time on stage. I hope high school brings just as good memories.
Our second speaker was the winner of the 7th grade essay contest, Angel Ventura. I stand corrected, Angel. Angel is Oreo. My mistake.
Brennan Middle School. The almost best school I've ever attended. You see, Brennan isn't just a school, it's a special kind of school. It doesn't just have ordinary teachers. It has special kind of teachers. It's a school of discipline. It has the best teachers I have ever met. I've had my best friends here, and my favorite teachers. For some reason, they were always there for me when I thought I wasn't smart enough. Even though Brennan is an old school, to me, Brennan never goes old. I don't think I would ever experience so much fun and laughter if I ever went to another school. My sister and both my brothers attended school. I'm not sure what it really meant to them. They never really talked about it. And I thought it would be the same thing for me, until I met the friends that are now like brothers. Teachers like angels and wonderful neighbors, and a principal like I'd never met before, who spoke all the words in his eyes, like a mighty king. Sometimes people can't wait to get out of school and go on vacation. I feel the way sometimes, I admit it, but deep down inside, I don't want to leave. I never thought I would be right to school. I never thought I'd be sitting here and standing up on the stage and writing about and reading a school like this, in this way. But like I said, it's not just a school, it's a lot more than that. I'll always carry Brennan in my heart. For all my experiences at the school over the years showed me that I should never forget where I come from, because I'll never make it to where I'm going. Also, my experience over the years showed me the child that I was back then, or maybe the person that I am today. It's kind of funny how school can just change your life so suddenly. I want to say thank you, Brennan Middle School.
Our last speaker is my assistant, co-person of all of this. Left, right hand, you name it, Miss Carol Martin.
child's school experience. The Brennan family of students, parents, staff, and community come together to provide those experiences. We have been given the precious task of taking care of the minds and the hearts of the children of Attleboro. As we formally dedicate this building, the Brennan family rededicates itself to the goal of providing the best educational experience for all of our students. The critical thinkers, creative minds, the problem solvers, the community contributors, and our lifelong learners. Those minds and hearts are ours to take care of. We foster their self-esteem, build their confidence. We hope that they learn to respect themselves, to respect the people around them and the community around them. This evening, the Brennan family is very proud of our new surroundings, and we thank everyone who has had an impact on this process. As we bring our formal ceremonies to close, I wish to thank our invited guests, those of you that are parents, our students, our staff, and our community members that have shared in this celebration. We close with our heartfelt thanks for all that you do, and we make a promise to you this evening that we will take care of your children. Thank you.